Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing okay today and that you're ready for some more A Requiem for Innocence. I am very ready, I'm very excited. This is going to be, I think at least, our final episode of A Requiem for Innocence before we move on to reincarnation. So yeah, I'm super excited, both because it's always nice to finish a game, like even though it's like bittersweet because I have enjoyed every second of this game, but it's also very nice to like move on to something new. And we are still staying with the house in Fata Morgana after this, since we are doing reincarnation and then also the short stories, which I'm very excited about because I have no clue about what to expect, so yeah. Also, want to apologize to anyone who was at my writing stream yesterday. I noticed when I was making my timestamps that there was like a noise in the background the whole stream. I think that is because of my like hand cam, because I know that was a problem before, which I thought I had fixed. But my computer has had an update, OBS has had an update, so yeah, that might be why it didn't work. But I think I have fixed it till next time at least, I hope. Very annoying because it's not supposed to pick up sounds, but still it's just like humming in the background. It's very annoying. So quick apology for that. But yeah, today we are wrapping up A Requiem for Innocence. We are doing Happily Ever After, which I'm very excited about because I have done it once before, just as with Acento Dele, but I remember basically nothing. I remember like one small part, but in no detail at all. Like I just know one thing basically, and I know that I thought that it was very cute as well. So I am very excited. And after Happily Ever After, we have some question marks as well, that we probably will unlock today, I guess, after we are done with everything else. And I think I know what that part is, even though I don't really remember that part either, but I think that we will be able to squeeze that one in as well, because I think that one is a lot shorter. So that's my hope for today at least. So yeah, I'm excited. I wanna just jump right into it, so I'm pressing the button now. Gonna make sure I have some sound. And also tell me if the sound is okay on your end. I don't trust my settings because all of a sudden everything just doesn't work. So yeah. Alright, Happily Ever After. A tale beyond our happy end. Feels like we need this after the ending of Requiem. Also, look at this. This is a very modern setting. It's like a teaser for what's to come in reincarnation, I would believe. Ah! No going back to sleep today, Michelle. Time. What's the time? What? 9? We're meeting at 10. That was my second alarm, wasn't it? Out of bed now, no time to waste. How big of an oaf would I look like if I were late because I slept in? Normally I have no problem waking up, but I had trouble falling asleep last night thanks to my nerves. What am I, a 5-year-old? Breakfast. I can do without. I need to get dressed and cleaned up. Teeth brushed? Check. Hair brushed? Check. Buttons all lined up properly? Check. Tag removed from my new shirt? Check. Michelle's gone mad talking to himself. I mean, he kind of did that before too. Room a disaster. I was planning to clean it when I got up this morning. That's fine though, it's not like I'm inviting her over. I shouldn't even be thinking about that on our first time out. Okay, all set. Here goes. Oh, is it going on a date? And their song is playing. I am already so happy. There are memories. Memories ingrained in my soul. Were I to tell anyone, they might think I was mad. Or maybe that I have been reading too many new age self-help books. Or possibly even that I was a member of a shady cult. And then it's not yourself. I would be so mad. I would just turn off the game. You can't go on a date with someone else. But in any event, it likely wouldn't give many people a good impression of me. In my memory of my past life, the soul was held in great regard, and the church wielded nearly absolute power. But neither of those things were true of the present day. While people had more freedom, more choices, and more opportunities than ever before, there were things they had lost, no longer accepted. That the soul was real. That miracles actually happened. That there was still so much about the world we didn't know, didn't understand. Insert cheating here. No! No! People these days were simply not inclined to accept such truths. But I wasn't particularly troubled by the fact that few were likely to believe me. I didn't feel alone in my knowledge, because I wasn't. Aww. Because on that fateful day, we found each other again. She turned toward me, the very same Giselle from my memories. And just as I recognized her, she too knew exactly who I was. For the two of us have memories. Memories ingrained in our souls. And no longer did those memories serve as shackles. If I can keep up this pace, I should make it right on time. Thank goodness. Please, for the love of all that is holy, don't growl in front of her. In a turn of events that can only be described as miraculous, we were reunited after nearly 1,000 years. It was a sort of dramatic moment you might see at the end of a movie or a novel, the point at which the story was finished and nothing more needed to be told. But our lives continued on past that moment. An uneventful, hardly noteworthy succession of days. Nothing particularly different from what you might find in any other random person you chose off the street. But it was that little fistful of happiness we had sought for so many years. We were just two ordinary people now. There is no drama or excitement in the tale that follows. Only a small slice of two regular lives. I feel like that's exactly what we need right now. It had only been about a week since our reunion, and while I would have loved to grab Giselle by the hand and take her home with me right then and there, I couldn't simply uproot her from her own life. Both of us were busier than we had been in the Middle Ages, myself with work, and her with university. So after that, we quickly caught each other up on our present life situations, exchanged contact information, and agreed to meet up the following week. I then walked her to the station, and that was the end of that. A rather underwhelmingly mundane conclusion to such a dramatic, tearful reunion. Especially coming right after I had said, I want to spend my days with you, with that smile always at my side, and nothing to get in our way. Though I suppose it shouldn't have come as... Though I suppose it shouldn't have come as any surprise that reality wasn't as simple as fairy tales. That meant today would be our first chance to spend any real quality time together. Hence the butterflies in my stomach, and having not gotten much sleep last night. By all accounts, I had no reason to be nervous. We knew each other better than perhaps two people ever should. But this was different. This was now. We weren't just in a new era. We'd be given entirely new lives. Not a second late. Am I here first? Thank goodness. I want to start off on the right foot here, and keeping her waiting is not the way to do that. But thankfully Ah! Michelle! There she is. What is she wearing though? That doesn't look very modern. Does it? Or is it just me? Anyway, she's beautiful as ever. Did not make it here before her. Good morning. Good morning, Giselle. He is so handsome, oh my god. Are you feeling okay? You've read us a beat and you're breathing pretty heavily. Never felt better. Well enough to do a little running, in fact. You ran all the way here? There was no need to rush. I didn't want... I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Oh no, not at all. You're here right on time. Hello Morgana, welcome. And yeah, I agree, it is kind of strange to see them in like modern time. Definitely. I suspected you might show up early, so I wanted to be here at least 5 minutes beforehand. I suppose I did show up a bit early. When did you get here exactly? Also, Michelle without his mane looks wrong. Your still long hair also looks very wrong. I mean, we used to her having long hair though as the maid. It's just that it isn't in a braid right now. But yeah, it is very strange, and it will be stranger because I know that in Reincarnation it's also a completely different art style. So, but yeah, I agree. It is a bit strange. About 5 minutes ago, I think. Now the truth. 9:30. That's way too early. I feel like she's me though. Like, I'm either like super late. I hate that I am like that, but I tend to be late a lot of times. But if it's like something like this, I tend to be really early just to be safe because I know otherwise I will be late. I was just, you know, I was so eager to see you again. I'm sorry, I let myself get a bit too excited, didn't I? No, it's fine. I mean, I hardly slept for the same reason, so... Anyway, I'm sorry for making you wait so long. No worries. I spent the extra time in the cafe right there, and I couldn't have been happier. Happier about... waiting? Absolutely. You can see the station's entrance through the cafe's windows. And as I was sitting there, giddily imagining you out there among the crowds looking for me, that 30 minutes went by before I even knew it. Is that so? Was that creepy? No, not creepy at all, just... my heart may have skipped a beat. Aw, they're so cute! Oh my god, I'm dying! And don't forget, I'm a pro when it comes to waiting. Half an hour may as well be half a second. I'll still try and avoid keeping you waiting in the future. Yeah, exactly, they are definitely adorable, oh my god. I'm just sitting here smiling. I'd appreciate that. So, what's the plan? You said you were going to choose where we went. Ah, yeah. Today's schedule was all on me, at my own request. For one, I wanted to show her I could be more proactive than in the past, and for two, I wanted her to just be able to enjoy the day without worrying about anything else. After all, this was a first date. Shall we start with a movie then? Oh, I like that idea. I haven't been to the cinema in a while, but it's just not the same watching on TV at home. A mane? It's hair, basically. Like think a lion. A lion, like a male lion, has a mane. So it's Like his hair is in a ponytail right now, so we can see all his hair. Usually it has a very like large mane, so yeah. I can't wait. I was afraid it might come off as too safe, but Giselle seems fond of the idea. Thank you, whoever invented the movie theaters. And thank you, whoever wrote that dating manual. So, what are we going to see? Oh. Oh? What should we see? So you only decided on a movie and not a specific one, Michelle? I thought you wanted to go because you had something in mind. Sorry, I was so focused on figuring out where to take you. Tripped two steps out of the gate. Hi, Dudor, welcome. Oh, don't beat yourself up, it's fine. Finding something to see once you're there is fun too. I have never done that. Has any one of you done that? Just gone to the movies and picked a movie right then and there? I have never done that. I'm too much of a planner. Let's do that then. We'll go to one of the bigger theaters, something with a large selection. Perfect! It's really strange to see all these modern backgrounds as well. Michelle, very, very silly question for you. Yes? Are you someone who gets popcorn at the theater? Well, she wasn't lying about how silly it was. That said, my empty stomach appreciates her bringing up the subject of food. Michelle? Right, not usually. I prefer to focus on the movie. Oh, really? I like to have a bag to munch on while I'm watching, personally. By all means. It's not going to bother you hearing me crunch in your ear. Not particularly, no. If it were anyone else, then maybe. I'm in a popcorn mood today myself, so I get a bag as well. Can't fight this hunger any longer. Oh? Alright, then we get one salted and one sweetened. Oh, the ticket counter is open. Have you decided what we're seeing? Is there anything you'd like to see? I was thinking you could choose. I want you to decide, Michelle. I'm curious to see what kind of movie you pick. I see. Well then. This is like the only part that I remember that they like went to the movies. Otherwise I have no idea what's going to happen. And I really don't remember how it goes. Oh god. What are they watching? Also, maybe I should save here just in case we want to explore other options if we have time later. I don't think I want to do it right now, per se, because I want to keep going, but we're saving it just to have it. Last one. Oh god. I hate that I knew that you guys were gonna pick that. You guys are awful. Anyone else has any other choice? Otherwise, I mean, the majority wins, I guess, so... Yes, I do love you, I really do, but you guys are awful. Okay, 1 for horror, 2 for naughty. What does Fata Morgana say? What do you want them to look at? Oh god. Horror was my first choice until I saw naughty as an option. Okay, romance for Fia. You know what? We might do multiple saves then. Although seeing them watch anime sounds based. Yeah, that too. There's the movie Inglourious Bastard on the cinema. Okay, yeah. Okay, but let's take naughty and then try romance and horror afterwards. We have time, I think. Or we can try them all, just to see. I don't know. Depends on how long it is. How about this one? What? Huh? Just want to see Giselle's reaction, yeah. Do you really want to see that one? Yes, it sounds like an interesting romance. Busty Maid Paradise Lost in the Mountains. Oh my god! I'm dying. That title though, oh my god, I'm crying. Excuse me? I accidentally pointed to the 18+ movie next to it. No, that wasn't the one I wanted to... Right. Oh, thank goodness, I meant the... Let's do it! Let's watch Busty Maid Paradise. Oh my god. Let's... what? I know how hard it must have been for you to work up the courage to ask, and I'm not about to trample on your efforts, Michelle. Wait, what? It'll be a little awkward, but I'll try to deal with it. Whoa, stop. I didn't... You're a boy, and they didn't have movies like this in our previous life. I completely, totally understand why you want to watch it. No, please stop. I swear that wasn't the one I was pointed to. Besides, I'm not a boy, I'm a 27-year-old man, and I've lived in this era long enough to know there is plenty more where this came from. But that's not the point. Oh, no need to be bashful, Michelle. That smile is scaring the hell out of me. Now come on, let's get going. Excuse me, I'd like 2 tickets for Busty Maid Paradise. No, you don't. Why are they even showing this in a damn theater? That's a good question. Are you alright, Michelle? I live. You stopped me when you ran out of the theater. And then I found you on the ground outside, lying in a puddle of your own nosebleed. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is awesome. You should get some rest. There's a bench right there. I'm sorry about everything. I had fun watching your face turn every color of the rainbow, so don't worry about anything. How am I supposed to not worry? It was my job to plan out this date, and I'm gone and made a total disaster out of it. And it was a very bold film, what we saw of it at least. I've never seen one of those kind of movies before. I'm not sure what I'd even say if you watch them regularly. Do you watch them very often, Michelle? What? I mean, most guys do, right? Well... Don't be afraid to tell me. I'm very open-minded. I won't be upset even if you watch them every day. I see. Although, now that you have me, I kinda don't really like the idea of you looking at other women like that. I'm kidding. Forget I said anything. Sure. He's so traumatized by all of this. That nosebleed's still going, huh? And whose fault is that? Oh, thank goodness, it stopped. Thank something. I was getting ready to call an ambulance if it went on much longer. Would make a great punchline to this train wreck of a first date. Well, now that you're feeling better, what's next on the schedule? Okay, I guess we are done with the movies for now, maybe, or maybe we see until it switch to the next scene and then we go back and watch the other options. Lunchtime, maybe? I was thinking we could go to a cafe nearby and relax. Or maybe a park. The weather is quite nice. Let's go to the park then. I brought lunch for us. Oh, you did? Does that mess up your plans? Oh no, not at all. I'm thrilled. I love your cooking. Aw. Thank you. This will be the first time you had it in a millennium, huh? Not something you hear every day. Alright, let's go back and pick the other options. I doubt that they will be as funny as that one though, because that one was glorious. Or actually, let's save here as well, because I think that was a good main choice for us. It's canon now. Because of how good it was. So we're saving so we can easily go back. And then we'll load. Okay, do we want to watch all of them? Might as well. Or are we feeling inclined to just a few specifics? Sure? Yeah, let's do that. Action. How about this one? Oh, I heard this movie is non-stop action from start to finish. People can't get enough of it. They're coming back to see it again and again. I'm excited to see what all the fuss is about. Are you a big fan of action movies? I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I watch them from time to time. If one's showing on TV, I won't change the channel, so I probably see most of the big names at least. Well, I'm glad to hear you don't hate them at least. Women don't tend to be very fond of action movies. Now Michelle, that's just being sexist. Girls don't only watch mushy romance movies, you know. Anyone can enjoy any kind of movie. Action, mystery, suspense, horror. Your gender doesn't determine your tastes. Very true. You're right, I apologize. I can think of one blonde-haired Italian woman with a particular taste for guns and sharp objects who make a perfect counterexample. And what about you? Are you a big fan, a big action movie buff? I enjoy them, yes. There's a surprise. I assumed you'd be more into literary or mystery stuff. Is that how I come off? It's how I imagined you. It's always satisfying to watch a strong character in action. And sometimes I wish I could be like them. So what you're saying is you want to be all big and beefy? I never deny that. Anyway, I wouldn't call myself an action movie buff. I enjoy watching them, but not any more than your average guy. And there are some kinds I have trouble with. Such as anything involving crusaders. Understandable. Ah. Yeah, not many people our age can claim to be traumatized by history. I can still watch the movies, I'm just not particularly fond of them, so don't worry about it too much. Alright, well, I'll go get the tickets. I won't be too long. I'm coming with you, and I at least like to pay for... No, please, allow me, if you would. Okay. Thank you. They are so freaking cute! That was amazing! Cars zooming through the desert, non-stop explosions, badass ladies, a flame-throwing guitar. A what? Okay, sure, why not? I have a need for speed right now! Whoa, slow down, Giselle. Mad Max, it sounds like it. It was an impressive movie, I give you that, but what are you about to do? I'm buying my motorcycle! Oh my god. Do you even have a license? Who needs one when you can feel the speed? You're going to hurt yourself. Fine, then I get a guitar and have it customized. You're going to hurt someone else. Can I at least get my head shaved? No. Please, for the love of God, no. Giselle has zoomies, yeah. Finally you settle down. Sorry. I'm okay now. The movie just dug its claws so deep into me I couldn't get them out even after it was over. What a terrifying film. I'm more terrified by what it turned you into. For a moment I was sure you were actually going to shave your head. I can be influenced pretty easily by movies and stuff. But don't think I get like that after every action movie. I would advise you to never watch one again if you did. Don't you worry though, I'm back to my calm and tranquil self now. I question whether those words are ever appropriate to describe you, but nonetheless I'm glad to see you're back to normal. I don't think I've ever seen such an exhausting movie before. I feel like I spent 2 solid hours sprinting. So, what's next on the agenda? A wrestling show, perhaps? She is on fire right now. Oh my god. So much for having calmed down. Oh my gosh, so if she was all busting in paradise. Yeah, we don't want to know what would happen then. It would not be safe for YouTube. Okay, we have seen this, so reload. I was picking load and not save, right? Okay, yeah, good. I got nervous. That was better than I expected. Yeah, me too! Now I'm very excited for all of them. Alright, romance. How about this one? Oh! The poster, the title! Everything about it oozes sappy romance. This was the last movie I would have expected you to pick, Michelle. Is this something you actually want to watch? You didn't just choose it for me, right? I have no particular objections to this movie. Although I'm not especially interested in it either. Oh, I know. Do you just want to see the lead actress naked? That's an assumption, Giselle. Oh my god. I beg your pardon? I mean, it is a romance movie, and that's an important part of romance. Maybe so, but I don't appreciate you making it sound like I'm just a horny teenage boy. Well, if that's not why you chose it, I'm stumped. What kind of person does she think I am? I simply thought it would be more appropriate for a date than, say, a horror film or a thriller. And crucially, it's the kind of movie I can only watch with you. Oh, yeah! The audience does tend to be groups of women or couples. It would be pretty awkward going alone, huh? That's not what I meant at all. I was just concerned with helping set the mood. But whatever, I suppose. Well, you can rest easy today, Michelle. Now you get to be the guy everyone's jealous of, walking into a sappy chick flick with a pretty girl on your arm. You can stop cursing every couple you walk past now. I love her, she is so awesome. Why are you acting like I'm some kind of sad, lonely loser? You sure look the part. He does not, Giselle. He is super handsome. Alright, well, I'll go get the tickets. I won't be too long. Yeah, she does make a lot of assumptions. I'm I'm coming with you, and I'd at least like to pay for... No, please, allow me, if you would. Okay. Thank you. Ah, that was wonderful. I can't stop thinking about the ending, when they finally got together. I cried all the way through the credits and then some. I'm impressed with how well you held yourself together, Michelle. Well, you know. It wasn't so much a matter of me holding myself together, as me being so focused on her I hardly paid attention to the movie. I spent the whole time thinking about how maybe I should try to hold her hand or something. That I have no idea what the movie was even about. And I didn't even manage to do that. I'm hopeless. Michelle? Oh yeah, right. It was a wonderful movie. It was! So tell me, what was your favorite scene, Michelle? What? What was yours, Giselle? It's a tough choice, but I have to go with the part where the girl's about to fall into a pit of lava and the guy risks death to save her. What the heck kind of movie was that? Yeah, I agree, that part had me on the edge of my seat. You don't remember a thing about the movie, do you, Michelle? Uh-huh. Why on earth would there be any lava pits? I swear, you were distracted the whole time. Sorry. I was right, wasn't I? You don't like romance movies very much. Yeah, sounds like an action movie. I wanted you to pick something you would like, not force yourself to sit through something just for me. It's not that I don't like them, just... Next time we'll see something more to your tastes. Maybe a movie about a serial killer that targets couples. Why do you think I have to get a grudge against couples? I mean, you look the part. I probably deserve that, but still. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Alright, horror. How about this one? Ah, that looks pretty scary. I hope there aren't too many jump scares. If you're not a fan of horror, we can see something else. Oh no, I'm fine with the movie. I'm curious how it'll turn out, even if it does look creepy. Look at how much they packed into the poster. It makes you want to know all the pieces come together. That's precisely why I chose this one, in fact. This part in particular with the mansion draped in fog. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. You don't say. The similarity is probably coincidental. Don't mind my terrible pronunciation of that word. I don't know what that was. Moving on. Oh, and did you read the tagline? Death shall befall all who set foot in this house. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. Like you said, it's probably a coincidence. That said, I'm even more interested in seeing it now, but for other reasons. Indeed. Alright, well, I'll go get the tickets. I won't be too long. I'm coming with you, and I'd at least like to pay for... No, please allow me, if you would. Okay. Thank you. Oh my god, that scared me silly. The part when the maid's face appeared out of nowhere in the hall about to maybe jump out of my seat. Same here. And then it turns out she's the real heroine. Holy wow, that was something. I might cry again just thinking about that ending. Yeah, sounds very familiar. I have to say, that wasn't scary at all. No, not really. It felt like I knew everything that was going to happen. Surely, it's just a coincidence, right? Probably. It wasn't exactly the same. And there are hundreds of horror movies set in old mansions. Yeah, that's got to be it. I need to remember to look up the movie's staff. It's a long shot, but maybe someone we know was involved. Though, even setting that aside, it wasn't a particularly scary movie. I don't think movies about ghosts will ever be able to scare me. Oh? And why is that? Because I kind of know what it's like, maybe? Yeah, maybe someone else has been reincarnated. I was thinking that too before Michelle said it. Morgana became a movie writer. Who knows? Maybe. You're scared that Giselle gets influenced by anime. Me too. Me too. She will go around screaming Sharingan and running like Naruto. Good point. I feel like I would be more sad for them than scared, honestly. There's a lot more to this remembering your past life thing than I expected. I'll say. Alright. Last one then. Giselle runs around ninja style. Michelle decides this was a horrible mistake. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm imagining. If that's what animated means. I mean, it could be a Disney movie as well. How about this one? Oh, an animated movie. Ah, just look at them. They're so small and adorable. The poster makes it look like a children's movie, though. I thought it would be nice to see something easygoing and relaxing. Also, there's nothing wrong with watching a children's movie. Children's movies are the best. Oh yeah, starting off the day with something heavy doesn't seem wise. This is probably a safe choice then. Plus, they're usually written so adults can enjoy them too. Such as parents watching with their kids. I hope it's good. Alright, well, I'll go get the tickets. I won't be too long. I'm coming with you, and I'd at least like to pay for... No, please, allow me, if you would. Okay. Thank you. I want to assume she thinks she's a magical girl. Awesome. Yeah, they are often more deep than you expect. Absolutely, I agree. Children's movies are really good. Like, maybe not movies for like 3-year-olds. I mean, they could be, but they tend to be a lot simpler. But like, at least like Disney movies and such, I love watching those. They are great. Okay, they don't look super happy though. Why did Kenny die so many times? Oh. Alright, that kind of animated movie. But why indeed? Why was it so gruesome when everyone's so cute and stylized? But why indeed? It was a cartoon. Why was everyone so vulgar? My feelings exactly, Giselle. I don't like South Park, I really don't. I have tried on multiple occasions, but it's just not for me. Well, why indeed? That was not the calm and relaxing movie I was expecting. I have an overwhelming urge to shout, "You bastard!" I'm very sorry. Not at you, Michelle. At the movie. And the characters. And whoever wrote it. I wasn't expecting it to be a dark comedy. What on earth was the ratings commission thinking? How is that at all appropriate for ages 12 and up? What a horrible, terrible movie, honestly! Though, it was pretty funny. To tell you the truth, I had trouble holding back laughter at points as well. I guess a little dark humor isn't bad every once in a while. It looks like it was based on a TV show too, so we should get together and watch it sometime. 30 seconds ago you were saying it was terrible, and now you're planning a binge watch? I'm not going to binge watch it, silly. And I'm certainly not curious to see how many different ways they can come up with to kill Kenny. I feel like I just gotten a glimpse at Giselle's dark side. But we can arrange that later. What's next on the schedule? We're going to the park. No, I don't think that South Park is awesome. Like, I understand why people enjoy it, but it's really not for me. It's a bit too much. Oh, I just realized. Are you alright spending so much time outside? You're still sensitive to sunlight, aren't you? Sorry, I should have asked you sooner, but it completely slipped my mind. Don't worry, I'm fine. A lot of progress has been made in the last 1,000 years. My doctor has me using special sunscreen, and I make sure to keep a pair of sunglasses on me at all times. What it does still cause slight inconveniences, the difference between before is night and day. I'm so glad to hear that. I like this spot. There certainly are a lot of people here, though I suppose it is the weekend. Looking out at the beautiful scenery, everyone is just quietly enjoying themselves. Life is good, wouldn't you say? Look at them, you can even nap here. The weather is great, so I can hardly blame them. Would you like to join the fun after we eat? My lap is yours for the napping. What? I would love absolutely nothing more, but I don't want to answer too quickly and come off as clingy or creepy. Plus, I feel like it would be rude to sleep on your first date. Let's spread out the blanket and have lunch then, shall we? I made an assortment of sandwiches. You snooze, you lose. Thank you very much. The sandwiches were delicious. Oh no, it was my pleasure. I'd love to make you something a little more hearty next time. You'll have to come over sometime. I'd be happy to. But don't you live with your family? Would that make it too awkward? I'll wear my best suit and bring a gift. That would just make it even more awkward. My mom and sister are relaxed, friendly girls. Make yourself right at home. And your father? I know he passed away when she was young in her previous lives. Oh, my dad. And I guess it's the same this time around. Oh god, I forgot about him. He's always like, if you bring a guy home, I'll make sure he never comes back again. Oh god. my dad was kind of like that too. Nowadays he doesn't really care, but before when I was younger, definitely. They should spoon, apparently it's the best for making friends. Yeah, wise words from Jaren. Right, I'm glad to hear he's alive and well. He's a bit overprotective. I don't think he actually means it though. I'll have to meet them eventually, so I'll make sure I'm ready for anything. And, how are your parents, Michelle? They're doing fine. They live in the suburbs not far from here, and I go back to visit occasionally. Oh, neat. Sounds like things are pretty different for both of us this time around. Out of curiosity, are your parents Lady Liddy and Lord Antonin? I don't think the Lord and Lady is necessary. Force of habit. But no, they are not my parents this time. And ever since my memories came back, I've had odd moments of this dissociation, where my life doesn't feel like it belongs to me. Oh yeah, that's happened to me a few times too. Some things are the same as before, but a lot's changed. Sometimes, memories of my old family come back to me, and I start wishing I could see them again. Tell me, Am I any different? I am, aren't I? I can't possibly be the exact same person I was back then. I have a different family, different values. I was raised in a different environment. The same could be said of me. I have led a very different life than my previous one. Hopefully a lot better one, I hope. I've read that we're always changing, that we're never exactly the same person we were even a second ago. Oh? Cells are constantly dying and dividing. Around 10% of the bone tissue in your body is replaced every year. I can hardly be considered the same man I was merely a few years ago, never mind an entirely different life. I guess. And that's just on a physiological level. The mind is the same way. I didn't think and feel the same way as a child that I do now. We are, in essence, in perpetual state of transformation. I still think of you as the same Michelle, though. And I you. That's all there is to it. While, scientifically speaking, we may be constantly changing, we're still able to recognize each other as each other. And perhaps that is the nature of the soul. I loved the Giselle of a second ago, the Giselle of the present, and the Giselle of every second to come, all as one. That was extremely romantic, oh my god. Me too. Now that is something that old Michelle would never have said. Could never have said, I imagine. Jeez, Stu. You caught me off guard and now I'm all flustered. I can refrain in the future if you would prefer. No, don't even think about it. Tell me more, I want to hear more. I'll see what I can do. Way to kill the mood, Captain Awkward. Putting pressure on me like that isn't making this any easier. You really aren't all that different, are you? Probably not. They're so cute! I still sometimes wonder if maybe this is all a dream. I honestly wasn't sure we would ever cross paths, that we would ever have this reunion. I even questioned whether anything I remembered was true. Maybe I was just delusional. No one believes in reincarnation or past lives today, so it was sometimes hard to believe it myself, you know? But still, you came looking. For as much as I couldn't believe, I wanted to believe 10 times more. That our time together, that the things I felt, that everything that took place in that mansion wasn't just my delusion. And I'm so glad I did. As am I. I felt much the same way. I thought I was confused, my mind playing tricks on me, but as time passed and the fog slowly cleared, I felt a strange certainty that I would find you if I went there. And I'm so glad I did. I wonder what everyone else is up to. Everyone else? I mean, we're here, so it wouldn't be strange if everyone else that was trapped in the mansion were too. On my way to see you that day, I actually ran into someone who we might have known. Oh? A man with wavy hair lost his hat in the wind, and I picked it up for him. When he saw me, he asked if we had met before. And the way he talked, it sounded like he was looking for someone. Huh. Do you want to maybe see if we can find them? And do what? I don't know. Have a class reunion? A 1,000-year reunion would be quite the unusual event. I wouldn't mind seeing them, although I don't think we should go out our way looking. They have their own lives now, much like we ours. We're free from the shackles that once bound us, and we should continue to be free to walk our own paths. Yeah, you're right. Though I kinda hope we run into each other sometime. If we do, that simply means we were traveling intersecting paths. I like the sound of that, The hand of fate guides us. Indeed. Though, to tell you the truth, until recently I didn't believe in fate, or miracles, or souls, anything that couldn't be demonstrated by science. Oh? You didn't? Well, I guess that's normal in this day and age. But now that I experience it for myself, I can no longer not believe. It would be hard not to. Michelle? I know I just said we shouldn't go out of our way to look for anyone, but there is one person I would like to find. Oh, I know, your brothers! I said one person, though I would like to see them too. I was referring to her. I promised her that when we met again, we would be friends. I like that too. To see her again, to be friends, and to put a smile on her face. Well, I think we've done enough relaxing to last all week. What's next on the schedule? I mean, I wouldn't mind staying here all day if that's what you want. I was thinking we could head into town, maybe do some window shopping. Sounds like a plan. Was there something funny about that? Just who would have thought a day would come when you would suggest we go out on the town together? I wasn't holed up in there because I wanted to be. If things were different, I would have had no problem going outside. If you say so, Michelle. I don't think Michelle, even now, is a very revengey person. Yeah, no. Oh yeah, I imagine he would like some revenge time with Amy. Yeah, no, I don't think that. And also, we don't want to run into Amy at all. I mean, she wasn't trapped by the curse either, so, like, I'm doubting that she is being reincarnated like this. Or maybe she is, but I hope we don't have to run into her. But yeah, as they say, Michelle wasn't really the revengey person. Oh, speaking of books. Have you ever thought about writing anything, Michelle? Write a novel? Why would I? We had some rather unique experiences, and I thought maybe they might make a good book. First of all, I have the writing ability of a 7th grader. Oh, that's surprising. Maybe he can fix her. No. And I don't think he would want to either. I don't think he wants anything to do with her. And neither do I. Do I look like the writing type? I think you do, Michelle. I mean, I'm not sure if there is like a writing type, but if there is one, I think you look like it. You're smart. It seems like something you'd be good at. I would probably be a much better conversationalist if I were any good with words. I wasn't actually sure if you realized how bad you were at that. I can assure you, I'm well aware. But you know, being able to express yourself verbally and on paper are two completely different skill sets. True, very true. I feel like I can express myself much better when I write than when I speak. Like, when I speak, I'm like a 5-year-old. I think most people regain their memories of past life. I think it was the curse's release effect, so she wouldn't remember her past life. Yeah, that's also very true. It may take you an hour to come up with exactly the right words to use, but writing doesn't have a time limit. Regardless, I don't think I could write about that. How about you? I suspect you might be better fit for the job. What? Me? I don't think I make a very good writer either. And this is going to sound silly coming from me, as the one who suggested it, but I think it might be best to keep our memories to ourselves. Putting something so personal, so special like that out there for all the world to see kind of makes it lose a little bit of that magic, you know? I agree with you wholeheartedly. And so much of those experiences I could never put into words, no matter what I thought of my own writing ability. Nor am I interested in putting them on display. They're precious in part because there are experiences, and I would like to keep it that way. Yeah. Well, it sounds like we're in agreement, so next topic. We should buy something while we're here. Then we can sit shoulder to shoulder on the sofa and read together. I have no objections. However, it might be best to buy separately, so we each have something we can enjoy. One book. One couch. A trip down memory lane. Pardon? You remember that time we sat by the fireplace together, reading from the same book? You were so stiff and cold. That was before we had fallen in love, even. But that was right about the time we started getting closer. Or do you not remember? Of course I do. I remember that day crystal clear. I heated up some awful wine on the fire, and then we made ourselves nice and warm and read a book of adventure stories. As I recall, I was not yet especially kind to you at that point in time, although I still consider it a happy memory. In that case, how about we look for something nice and old to spark some more of those memories? Yes, let's. Book shopping. Best way to spend a date, actually. I can't believe the sun's already set. Why can't there be more time in the day? Your parents will probably be worried if you're out much longer. Let me walk you to the station. Giselle? Give me 3 seconds. That's her phone. I presume she's calling home? Ah, hey, Mom. I'm out with a couple of friends, and you never guess what happened. We ran into a few girls I haven't seen since high school. Oh my gosh, she's lying. We're going to be staying the night at one of their houses so we can catch up. I'll be back sometime tomorrow. Yep, I've got everything. See you. Well, you heard me. Are you sure about this? And do you lie to your mother like that all the time? I just haven't told her I have a boyfriend yet, and I don't have time to have that conversation with her tonight. Unless you don't want there to be a tonight. I didn't think you were the lying type. I can be a bad girl when I feel like it. She believed me without a second thought because I'm normally so well behaved, and never given her a reason not to trust me. And you're sure about this? Would you rather I go home? I never said that. It's just, we have plenty of time ahead of us. There's no need to rush anything. I tried to hide it, and probably not done the best job of it, but I've been over the moon all day today. And who would it be? I finally reunited with the man I spent an eternity waiting for. And today's the first day I get to spend any real time with him. It might seem like we all have all the time in the world, but you never know what might be waiting around the corner. We both experienced that reality firsthand. Were you not as excited as me, Michelle? Have I been getting myself worked up over this all by myself like an idiot? Was I alone in thinking that this would be the most important day of my life? No, of course not. When I saw you last week, the last thing I wanted to do was let you go home. I wanted to carry you back with me, right then and there. But I didn't want to put you in a position where I was forcing you to uproot your own life, possibly getting in the way of your education. If any time called for a little pushiness, that was it. Yes, this was just an ordinary date, but it's a miracle it ever happened. I'm sorry. I want to spend as much time with you as I can, Giselle. Will you stay with me? Absolutely. Oh, and there's another thing that changed about you, Michelle. You learned some basic social skills, like reading between the lines. You act like I wouldn't have been able to figure out what you wanted me to say back then. Okay, you're right, I probably wouldn't have. I didn't think you could see that one. Anyway, what now? Should we find a restaurant and have supper? Remember what I said about being pushy? Now's the time. What? Meaning... You're going to make me spell it out for you? I want you to... you know, take me to your... of course. I would love to take you back to my... Crap. It's still a complete mess. Alright, it didn't clean. This is like my biggest fear. Like someone just unexpectedly coming over and I haven't cleaned my home. But if I bring her to a hotel, it'll look like that's all I'm in it for. I just need to ask her to wait a little bit to buy me enough time to at least make it look like a tornado didn't just pass through. Michelle? Oh, let me guess. Your place isn't presentable. Well, that might be putting it lightly. How many naughty posters do you have? That's what she's assuming, oh my god. I mean, considering what they watched for the movie date, okay, she gets a pass, I guess. Not a one. What about blow-up dolls? Even fewer. What do you think I am? You don't need to hide anything from me, Michelle. No matter how strange your fetishes are, I promise I won't judge you. I love the old Michelle, and I love the new Michelle, all as one. I did not expect my declaration of love in the park to be turned around on me quite like this. I swear, there's nothing weird about my place. I've just been so busy with work lately I haven't had a chance to clean, so it's a bit of a wreck. Oh, psh! Well, if that's all it is, I'd gladly help you make it sparkle. No, I'm not bringing you over to have you clean for me. Please, give me maybe 30 minutes. You can... Nope. What? I'm not spending 30 minutes, even 30 seconds away from you just because your place is a little messy. It won't be long, I swear. No doesn't mean not long, it means no. I lied to my mom so I could have this time with you. And think about it. Wouldn't it be better for both of us if I could see you as you are, not how you want to look for me? To help pave the way for our future. Haha. She's going to have me under her thumb for the rest of my life, isn't she? Definitely. Off we go then. First some groceries, then back to your place. Off we go. Yeah, she definitely has a point. And here we... I said I wouldn't judge you, but I don't think I can keep that promise. Oh my god. What'd I tell you? Alright, time to roll up our sleeves and make this place shine. Oh, you know, this kind of reminds me of 1,000 years ago. Here's hoping I don't suffocate in a cloud of dust this time. And the obese rat incident as well. Remember that? Phew! See? That didn't take too long between the two of us. Yeah, what's wrong being under Giselle's thumb? Yeah, I think that's exactly where Michelle wants to be honest. I apologize for making it take any of your time. Oh, don't be, really. I'm mostly glad it didn't turn out to be a bunch of gross, rotting food. Swarming with the bugs would be a bridge too far, I think. And I can tell you've been busy from all the thick books and stacks of papers. Thin reference manuals or document stacks are a rarity. I try to keep as much of it digitally as I can, but a lot of these papers and reports aren't available in any other format. You're a systems engineer, was it? That's right. I was working at the company until a few years back, but I've been keeping steady work as a contractor lately. Wow! I'm amazed. The Michelle I knew would cover at the sound of the word work, and could hardly have survived for 3 days on his own. You know, before I found you, I assumed you'd be a noble like last time. So you assumed I was a helpless shut-in? And boy am I glad you didn't turn out to be King Neat again. I'm glad to have not disappointed you. Yeah, I agree, Morgana. They are definitely very handsome. Both of them, they are beautiful. I also kind of suspected you would end up making video games. I hardly even play games. What gave you that idea? I'm not sure. Visions of a parallel universe, perhaps? I'm not even going to ask. Oh, I think I know what that's a reference to. I think that's a reference to that, like, 7th layer game that is like a complete different universe, but with the same characters. What would you see in a remake of this game? I don't know. Like, I don't think it would need a remake, because I honestly think that the game is perfect as it is. So, I don't know. I can't really answer that question. I think it's perfect already. What about you? Do you have a dream job yourself? I want to open a shop. Maybe it's because I came from a merchant family in my last life, but I've always been interested in running some kind of store. Oh yeah, change some H's. Definitely, that I would do. I would change Jacobo's and Morgana's H's to be more close to each other. That I would change. Good one, Day. Good one. I'm even majoring in economics. Huh. I like that idea. If I do manage to get something up and running, I hope you'll help out. Absolutely. I'll do anything I can if it leads to a brighter future for you. Okay, well, I'm going to borrow your kitchen for a bit. Is there anything I can help with? You made lunch too, so I feel awful doing nothing. Last I checked, you and cooking were a dangerous mix. I like to think my taste buds are a little more refined this time around. Hopefully. In that case, I think I'll have you chop the veggies. But I'm the one who puts everything together, okay? She doesn't believe me. The only thing I would like to see is a game with full dub. Yeah. I'm not sure about that, honestly. Like, I know that Reincarnation is dubbed, but I am actually, and here I can say this already, I am planning on turning off the dub for the game, because I want to read it out loud, and also I feel like that's more immersive way of doing the streams. And I'm still gonna be in the way of some text sitting here, so I feel like that's a better way to do it, because the dub is in Japanese. Yeah, it could be an anime instead, definitely. That would suit it better in that way. But also, I feel like the House of Fata Morgana doesn't really fit for an anime either, because of the way it's written. Like, it does things that only fits in a visual novel format, I feel. Yeah, would need very good choices in voice acting, yeah. Agreed. So, I'm not sure if I want that, actually. I think it's good that it isn't voiced, because it's more like reading a book than it would be otherwise. Maybe I'm weird thinking like that, but that's my hot take. I'm stuffed. It was wonderful, thank you. Watching you work is like watching someone perform magic. Was I doing something funny you didn't tell me about? No, that's not what I meant. Just the way you managed to make everything so perfect without even looking at the recipe. Well, cooking is kind of a hobby of mine. But I lost a bit of preparation time to cleaning, so I couldn't make everything I wanted to. Next time I'll make you something real fancy though. Like a roast chicken? Let's save that one for Christmas. I don't think when we have it makes the sight of just the two of us sitting around a large roast chicken any less ludicrous though. Oh yes, shall we open the wine now? So you only brought me home so you could get me drunk and have your way with me? I'm just kidding. Only consensually. What? Oh my god. I'm joking. Let's have some wine, shall we? I never said I wasn't okay with it. Oh my god, Giselle. Oh, this is still a ways out, but I thought I would mention I'm going to be moving sometime next year. Oh? But this is a perfectly fine apartment. I mentioned my parents lived in the suburbs a little ways from here, right? Well, they're planning to buy a new house soon, so I'll be taking over their old place. No point in letting it sit unused, I figure. Wow! Is your family rich then? Not extravagantly wealthy or anything, but reasonably well off. Looks like nobility runs in your blood after all. That's the literal definition, yes, but I don't think that's how it works. Anyway, it's bigger than here. So I was hoping you could come join me once things settle down at school. You're asking me to move in with you? I am. Absolutely, I'd love to. In fact, I was planning to start bringing stuff over here soon anyway. I didn't think you'd be the one to ask me. I figure it doesn't hurt to be pushy every now and then. Oh, I'm so excited! Let me know when you have a date. I'll help with the move. Certainly. I'm quite looking forward to it as well. Thank you for letting me use your shower, Michelle. And your clothes. No problem. Although they are rather big on you. If a little tight around the chest. My heart's kind of starting to race now. In a different house, wearing different clothes with a different smell. Smell? I'm pretty sure that's clean. Should I get you something else? No, they don't smell. They smell like you, which makes me smile. Oh god, what am I saying? Oh, I forgot to mention. I only have one bed. Gasp. The scandal. The perfect number. Well then, right this way. After you. Hey, Michelle. Are you nervous? Not at all. We've slept together before in the past. Oh yeah, I suppose we have. But this time feels different. My heart's pounding like crazy. I take it back. I'm nervous too. Hey, can we hold hands? Scandal! Oh my god! I'm kidding, they're so adorable. I love them. Sure. I want you to know I'm the happiest girl in the world right now. So happy I'm scared I'll wake up and it will all be a dream, or tomorrow will come and it will be torn away from me. I thought I was supposed to be the worrywart. And you the eternal optimist. Normally, you have nothing to fear. I will never let go of this hand again. No vanishing on me or pushing me away or anything like that, okay? I promise. Let's make this happiness into something that lasts forever. You and me together. No getting bored of me once I'm over the hill either. I would never. Besides, I'll be making it there well ahead of you. I expect you to grow up to be the classiest 40-something in town, and don't you forget. I'll try not to disappoint you. Hey, Michelle. I love you. More than anything in the world. Thank you so much for finding me in this life. And thank you for waiting so long and never giving up, both in this life and the last. Giselle, I love you too. Good night, Michelle. Oh, I love them. Wake up. Wake up, Michelle. Ah, so bright. I thought I shut the curtains. Morning, sleepyhead. Giselle. Good morning. Ah, wait, forget that. Do over. Ahem. Good morning, master. I hope you slept well. I can say without a doubt I have never slept better, nor awoken to a more pleasant sight in my entire life. And so the happy ending continues on. Oh, what's this? I believe I'm on the second floor. Ah yes, there it is. But I need my key to get in. The landlord should be able to help me with that. He lives upstairs, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my, why hello there. Are you our new neighbor? Yes, I move in today. Were you not told where to find your key? It was a rather sudden move, so perhaps it was missed in the confusion. Oh, is that so? Well, your key is right here, darling, on the back of your mailbox door. Here you are. Thank you. You don't smile much, do you, darling? It's a real shame. You're very pretty. I've just never been very good at it. Practice makes perfect. Thank you for your assistance. And it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Good day. Oh, why thank you too, darling. Well, I should go. Before you go, make sure to stop by and say hi to the landlord. I assumed you were... Oh, heavens no, I live on the 3rd floor. The landlord's one level up, on the very top floor. My apologies for the confusion. It's the weekend, so we should be home. He recently took over for his parents, and my oh my, he is the prettiest young man I have ever seen. I'm not sure how a man would take to being called pretty, but I'll be darned if there's a better word to describe him. If I were another 30 years younger, I might have tried to go after him myself. No, I don't think the landlord is Jacobo. I think it's probably Michelle, right? Since he was going to take over a house from like his parents, is what I'm guessing. But we'll see. I honestly don't remember. You can't be what, 15, 16 years old? Still in high school and already living on your own. You're moving fast, darling. Are your parents... I have a lot to unpack, so I really should get going. Oh dear, sorry for keeping you. If you need anything, just give me a shout, okay? Or the landlord, I'm sure he'll be happy to help too. It was a pleasure meeting you, darling. You too, ma'am. She's a bit overwhelming. I hope the landlord isn't quite so boisterous. She said he was a pretty young man. Well, I should at least say hello. I can leave my bags inside and unpack when I'm done. Oh, a butterfly. How did you get in here? It's moving kind of sluggishly. Don't worry, I'll get you back outside where you belong. Take care. This is the place. I'm not looking forward to this. Too many new people in one day. Okay, so it is Michelle. Coming! It'll be just a second. A woman's voice? But the landlord's a man, isn't he? Maybe his sister. Or wife? I'll get it. Wait. That voice. It's probably the new girl. We should both go out to greet her. Ah. Yep, you were right. It's our new neighbor. It's a pleasure to have you. And... Aww. We meet again. Aww. Now I'm even more excited for reincarnation. See you again. But we still haven't... Oh no, never mind, never mind. I was too quick. And yes, this is the thing I thought it was. So this one I think is going to be quite short. But I feel a bit stiff for having sit through all of that. Like, I need to stretch because we have not had a stretch. So let's have a short stretchy break and then we continue on with Fragment before we end for today, shall we? So I'll be back soon, don't go anywhere. Alright, I am back. I am very happy about Happily Ever After, at least. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. I didn't remember most of it. I only remember the movie part and still in no detail at all. I just remember that we had a bunch of choices and that it was very cute. So yeah, I feel happy and refilled after that, or whatever, however I should describe it. But let's see what Fragment is about, because I only have an image in my head, but I honestly don't remember it at all what it's about. So let's see, shall we? So, what's on the agenda for today? What I want to do? There isn't anything in particular. Don't give me that look. I don't know what people do for recreation, because unlike someone, I didn't live a life of leisure and luxury. Yes, that's right, I'm a dreadfully boring person. I imagine you began to regret being such a dull girl with you. Not in the slightest. If you say so. But you choose what we're doing today, alright? Huh? You want me to sing? I don't mind. What are you laughing about? You didn't think I would agree? I wonder if this is like Jacopo's dream that he had, like by the end of Requiem. If it's like an extended edition of that dream, because he did have like a happy dream about returning to his homeland together with Morgana. That's my theory for now, at least. Okay, fine, I won't sing. Puppy dog eyes won't change my mind either. That's that, I'm not going to sing. Alone, that is. Yes, you're singing with me. Go find someone who has a lute and ask to borrow it. You don't get a say in the matter. You did ask to borrow that, right? And got permission. None of the shenanigans you pulled at the festival. We need to remain on good terms with everyone if we're going to live here. Well, good. I'm glad you can manage that much. At some point, if we're going to do this again, you should purchase your own, so you don't have to borrow one. It would certainly make things simpler, wouldn't it? Next time a merchant is in town, if they're selling a lute, buy it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. As long as it has strings capable of making music, that's adequate. And if it's out of tune, you can tune it. You can at least manage that, can't you? This is very sweet, but also kind of heartbreaking at the same time. It's exactly how you described it all those many years ago. Feels so wheat as far as the eye can see, swaying back and forth like the waves in an ocean of gold. I had assumed that after all this time, you would have lost your fondness for such rustic scenery. That you preferred bustling cities, heavily guarded fortresses, and merchants peddling unusual wares. But it seems I was wrong. Thankfully. Huh? Yes, I'm quite fond of areas like this. They're pleasant and relaxing. I wonder if this really is where my real father came from. I never told you this, but in my village I was revered as a saint, worshipped as a daughter of God. And to this day, a part of me still sees myself as such. You're just an ordinary girl. Maybe so. You've said as much so many times now, I'm almost beginning to believe it. That is entirely on you, yes. If I truly am, then I have a father somewhere. One night I overheard my mother muttering something. At the time, I assumed it was just a dream, but if what she said was true, my father was a mere vagrant. A man whose face I never once saw, whose name I never heard. Would you like to meet him? Frankly, I'm not sure. I wouldn't know what to say even if I did. He might not even know I exist. It didn't sound like he had any interest in staying with my mother, which does not speak particularly well of his character. If he had chosen to stay instead of abandoning her, then she wouldn't have had to lie about having a virgin birth. Maybe we could have been a normal family. And the entire course of my life could have been different. What? Why is that your first reaction? You're not going to hunt him down and give him a piece of your mind, no! Any form of violence is forbidden. Not even if it's for my sake. Too many people have been hurt already. Which isn't to say I don't understand what you meant when you said the world would trample all over you if you didn't have the strength to fight back. As children, we were both helpless to fight back against a cruel world. But I stand by what I said. No more. She's back to caring, Morgana? Yeah. But that's what I wonder if this is Jacopo's dream. But at the same time, she's telling him stuff that only she could know, so I'm not entirely sure what to make of this, really. But either way, let's keep going. I once believed you to be a weak man, but I realized I was mistaken. I now know you have more than enough strength, enough to take the lives of countless men. Some part of me always knew. But that's all the more reason. I don't want you to hurt anyone else ever again. I mean, she wasn't that caring at any point when Jacopo knew her either. Yeah, that's also true. She had already gotten so jaded, exactly. Or maybe this is I'm thinking, Jacopo had a dream like this in the end of Requiem, right before he died. What if he has a dream before moving on to the next life? Because, I mean, Happily Ever After came before this, and it was very much like a prequel to reincarnation. So what if this is too? Of this is Jacopo's ending and Morgana talking to him before their souls float away. What if she's talking to him because she didn't want to talk to him directly because she was so angry with him, but maybe she's talking to him through this dream because it isn't real, so she is more able to speak her mind here? Maybe? Question mark? I don't know. Just guessing. To take any more lives. Alright, I won't. You swear it? I will have no choice but to deem you utterly irredeemable if you break that promise. Understood? What? No, that doesn't mean I think you presently have redeeming qualities. Have you lost your mind? Honestly, this is not the time for silly do you like me games. Don't tell me you're waiting for an answer. Because you're never getting one. What? Fine, if you want to know what I think so badly. No, I don't much care for you. Oh yes, I was wondering. Other towns celebrate midsummer as well, yes? I see. So it's a fairly standard summertime tradition. Huh? If you ask me to go, I would not object. What? Yes, I'm not particularly fond of the commotion, but it's a unique experience. There were no such festivals in the village where I was born. It was so small, There was little in the way of entertainment to speak of. Perhaps I was their entertainment. A real saint appearing would indeed be cause for celebration. Life in the Lord's custody was miserable, but I'm not sure it would have been much different had I stayed. Maybe getting out was ultimately better for me. It was hardly all good times, by any stretch of the imagination, but it did allow me to experience a more normal world. Oh, there you go again. I've long since tired of hearing you go on about ambitions. Yes, I know. My definition of normal is too impoverished for you. I've heard it 12 times now. But this is what I know. So climb down off your high horse and adjust. I'm not so accommodating a girl as to unconditionally support you in your endless endeavors to climb up and up and up. In fact, I intend to kick you back down anytime you start trying. So keep yourself in check. I used to think I didn't have any right to interfere with your dreams. But now, I'll be doing everything in my power to stand in your way. Keep that in mind. Then I just have to find a new dream. Excuse me? So you're going to look for a different way to be a fool, then? Did you hear a single word I said? Every single one, yes. Why do I even bother? So what madness is brewing in that hollow skull of yours now? I don't like this. I'm going to win your heart. That was even worse than I imagined. You're possibly the world's biggest fool. Oh, what is it now? You want me to call you by your name? Why would I waste my breath? Listen to how many times I'm saying your name. You're not yourself today. You're never so forward. It's not right. Perhaps you ate something moldy. Besides, your name is just another word. It's nothing to get so worked up about. What are you, a child? Disappointed I'm not what you thought? I never said that. I'm not going to call you by your name, understood? For heaven's sake. Let's change the subject. The way you're silently staring at me is making my skin crawl. So, the lute. I would like you to teach me how to play the lute. Why? Is there something wrong with me wanting to know how to play? I suppose it is unusual, perhaps. I never had a chance to learn much of anything, though. I know little of how people normally entertain themselves. So I want you to catch me up on what I missed. And don't get too upset if I'm a slow study. You do have an impossibly short fuse, after all. Something else. Let's see. You know how to fish, don't you? You will go to the river sometimes, as I recall. We still don't know much about this area. Perhaps there are rivers or lakes nearby. So, teach me how to do that too. Alright. Come on, don't just stare at me. And do you know any words other than okay? Good heavens. Will you say my name? You don't know when to give up, do you? Is it that important to you? I don't want you to forget. Ah. I don't want you to forget me again. I don't want you to forget what I look like. The sound of my voice. Or how I feel about you. I don't want you to forget what we talked about. What kind of man I was. Or all the time we shared together. Please. Don't forget me. Why would you ask me that now? I was hoping to... If I had remembered, would anything have been any different? Could we have not ended up so far down the wrong path? If I had gone and found you, would that have stopped you from becoming what you did? No, forget it. It's not worth thinking about. Can I hug you? Pardon? You don't need to ask for permission for every little thing. You've always been like that. Always asked permission or had me initiate any kind of physical contact. Except when you would put that ointment on my face, that is. Even that morning when you carried me home, you wouldn't just pick me up. You made me climb onto your back. Because I promised I wouldn't touch you without permission. You actually kept that ancient promise for all those years. Is there no end to your stupidity? I swear. Someone needs to come up with a new word to describe you. Do as you please. Look at you, a grown man shaking like a fawn. Sometimes I can't tell if you have a heart of stone or of glass. Though I suppose I'm not terribly different in that regard. Unable to even speak my heart unless there's no one else around. Unable to face you except through this childish fantasy. Not even able to show any vulnerability. You once said, who knows how many years ago, that being this close has the effect of making us more open. Well, I despise you more than anything in this vast world. You showed me happiness, and then you showed me the depths of absolute despair. I have no idea what to do with you. So I didn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. What other choice did I have? Yet here you are, still lingering. After I released your soul. Okay, yeah, so this is after the house in Fata Morgana. You went and put on a new set of shackles. What was even the point? Tell me, how many times have you tried to grasp at this illusion? How many times have you punished yourself? I suppose. If you want to think I'm just part of your illusion, I won't stop you. This whole realm is an impossibly idealistic fantasy. That's fine. It makes it easier for me to say this. I do regret some of what I did. That I misdirected my anger. Oh yes, I still revile you, of course. But even more so, I'm heartbroken. How did it all end up like that? So far gone. So irreversibly off the path. It was my words that ultimately pushed you over the edge, wasn't it? I want to make amends. I don't need your atonement. I told you already. It's all done. No curses, no forgiveness. Nothing more between us. ever again. Why then? Why am I here, talking to you? It's foolish. We're hopeless fools, the both of us. But it's not my fault. This realm is overflowing with so much warmth. I can't hold back everything I kept locked away all those centuries. But in the end, I just feel wretched about it all. I would have rather never remembered. We spent our lives trying so hard to suppress those memories, fighting against our pasts, just like we're doing now. Alright, that's quite enough. Would you please let go of me now? Hello? I said let go. Let go of me. I love you. And I hate you. I'll never feel anything but hatred for you. There's nothing left in my heart but that. This is simply me showing pity for a pathetic lost soul. I was never able to let go of you. This is so frustrating, guys. Like, if their ages were more close to each other, this would have been so, like... I mean, it still is heartbreaking and it's very sweet, but it could have been also romantic in a way. Like, obviously I don't want them to ever get together, not only because of the age difference, but also because of Jacopo kinda like went too far, so I understand if she hates him for all eternity. I don't want her to like forgive and get together with him, because I feel like that would, I don't know, be weird. But with the age difference, it's just so uncomfortable. Maybe you should have said so back then. Though I suppose you couldn't have. I had someone else to lead my way. All you could do was sit back and watch me go. You were never one who could cry in front of others, or hold on to someone for support. You had to rely on this sad fantasy to bring yourself to hold me. There truly is no hope for you. So what now? Are you just going to stay here, all alone, for the rest of eternity? Many, many ages ago, when I was still a child, I looked up to you. I might have even had some fondness for you. What? Perhaps so. Perhaps it would have been better if we had done this sooner. I want you to forget everything I've said. This is a realm where none of those terrible things ever happened, isn't it? So I'd like to indulge in this childish dream for a little while longer. Have you finally calmed down? Act smug all you want, I saw everything. I know good and well just how sad a man you truly are. Ah, someone's waving to us in the distance. I'm still not particularly good with strangers, but the people in this land are all so kind. And you'll be holding my hand, won't you? Of course. Let's go. Yes. Let us be off, Jacopo. Oh, that is a beautiful image. Rather than showing you the world, one day, someday, I'd like to bring you somewhere. Okay, I missed the last part. Not as atonement for my sins, but because I want to see you too. And we did it, guys. We have finished a Requiem for Innocence. And also went a bit over time. But that's fine. I was prepared for that. Wow, what a journey we've been through. Like, it's been so wonderful, really. Like a Requiem for Innocence, the main game, was like a lot better than I remembered it to be. And especially, like, as I've said multiple times now, reading it back to back to the house in Fata Morgana. And Ascento Dele also a lot better than I expected it to be. And it was, I mean, it is a bit strange one because it's well, back to like Michelle's past in a way, but at the same time it fits because Happily Ever After comes after, and we see how Michelle's encounter with Imian finally opening up for meeting Giselle. And Happily Ever After is like a prequel to Reincarnation, and this Fragment was too, in a way. So I have really well put together stories, and order of the stories as well. It's all really a masterpiece, if you ask me. And I have loved this whole experience so much, and I'm very much looking forward to Reincarnation, although I am a bit worried as well. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm a bit worried because I know that the art style is going to be different, which I'm not really a fan of. I know it's dubbed, but I'm going to turn off the voices because I want to keep reading for you guys, because one, it's what I've been doing this whole time, and I feel like it's more immersive in the way of streaming. If I would have played alone, I would have had the voices on, but since I'm streaming it, I want to read it. And also, the voices are in Japanese, and I'm still sitting in the way of the text, so I feel like it's better if you can hear it in English, and also hear the voices that I have been doing this whole time. So yeah. But I'm a bit worried because, well, the art style. And also, what worries me a bit more is what we saw here in the Fragment. Like, are they going to try to like make Jacopo and Morgana a couple? Because I honestly really don't want it. I don't know if their age is closer to each other in the future, but I mean, I doubt that, because he was described as a young man, like he was like a businessman or something, I think it seemed like, at least. And she is still like 15 or 16, according to that lady that she met. So yeah, I don't want it because of that. And also I don't want it because after everything they've been through, like, yes, it would have been the romantic option, like, sure, if they went together, like enemies to lovers and all that, but I feel like that would be taking away from exactly what they have been through. Like, I feel like the better choice for them would be to have an understanding of each other, a mutual sort of maybe respect for each other, but definitely not being a couple or like even friends, because Jacopo has done too much to her, really. But we'll see. No fan service. No, I don't want fan service. No. And yeah, as you say, they may be in time, but I feel like it's still too soon. Like, maybe many reincarnations in the future, but this is their first like reincarnation after, I think, at least, because of how Happily Ever After played out. So yeah, I would not want that, but we'll see. I am not gonna jump to conclusions. It might be the perfect ending to this whole trilogy. Who knows? Like, I mean, this has been wonderful, so maybe I should just sit back and relax and trust in the house in Fata Morgana. It's just that I feel the story is already perfect, so I'm a bit worried that if we add more, will it still be that perfect, you know? Like, when something doesn't need a sequel and it still gets a sequel. But who knows? I will not jump to any conclusions. But anyway, this journey here has been absolutely wonderful, and I'm so happy that you have been joining me during this. It's been fantastic, really. I need to drink water because my voice is not working with me right now. So the plan for streaming this week is I am going to stream Final Fantasy VII on Thursday, 16:15 GMT plus 2. And I think, yeah, that's it for streaming this week. Then there will be more the week after, but we don't need to talk about that this week. Or yet this week, I should say. We're gonna talk about it more on Thursday. So that's the plan. If you want to see me play Final Fantasy VII, we are almost at the end there too. Not quite. I think we will have 2 episodes, including the one on Thursday. So we're not quite at the final, but almost. So that's what we're doing on Thursday. Yeah, I think that was everything I needed to bring up right now. I'm going to go and take a shower now and eat dinner because I have to work tomorrow, so I need to be prepared. So yeah, have a wonderful evening everyone. Thank you for being here with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!